Let's say insert interval problem from LeetCode. It's a medium level problem. So let's understand this problem and we'll write the code. So do not look at this screen, we'll come back later. First we'll see and try to understand this problem, and we'll try to understand the strategy. So the problem is saying there are intervals 1 to 3 and 6 9. So let's consider there is one meeting room, and the meeting is going on from 1 to 3. So 1 to 3, and then next meeting at the same room 6 to 9. So if you see there is no overlap, that's good. And also it's mentioned here, these intervals are in ascending order. So 1 to 3, and then next is 6 to 9, and like that it will go like that. So there is no overlap, so that's good. Now we need to insert the new interval 2 to 5. So when we insert 2 to 5 here, we need to find out exact place for that. So if you see, the meeting starts from 1 to 3, and in this interval this is 2 to 5. So before 3, so 2 to 5. So if it happens like this, then we know that's the overlap, because 1 to 3 and before 3 another meeting starts 2 to 5. So this interval is overlapping this. And if you find this kind of situation, then we need to merge these intervals. So in order to merge, we will find out which is the lower number, 1, because this is the overlapping interval. So between this 1 and 2, 1 is lower, and 3 to 5, 5 is higher. So 1 to 5. So the new interval is 1 to 5, and then 6 to 9 is other one, and that's the output we want, 1 to 5, 6, 9. Okay, so that's the good example here. Let's take another example, 1 2 3 5. This example I have copied here in this screen, 1 2. And if you see in this function, this is 2-dimensional array. So this input will be provided like this in a 2-dimensional array, where there are multiple rows, and in the multiple rows you can see the 1 2, that's 1 2 3 5 3 5 6 7 8 10 12 16. And our new interval is 4 8. So we need to insert this 4 to 8 here. So in the algorithm, we can check, like, the first point we need to understand, check if any interval is less than new interval, add to the result. So this is our new interval, and this 1 2 is less than the new interval, because how to know if this is less than this 1 2, and if you check 4 8, because this start from 1, end at 2, and this starts at 4. So this end is less than this start, so that means this is less than this new interval. So I can easily put that in a output 1 2. If I take the 4 8, so there is a second point, it's saying if we see overlap, merge interval and add to the result. So the first point is made here, and when we iterate this array, so this one we came here and we added this in our output. So now we are at this position, 3 5, this row. So we'll check 3 5 and the 4 8. So 4 8 is a new interval. So I will take 3 5 and 4 8, and then I'll try to find out if there is overlap. So if you see the overlap, merge interval and add to the result. So how to know there is overlap? If I take this new interval 4 beginning, if it is less than the current going on intervals is a 5, so there is overlap, because 4 is less than this. So 3 to 5, and this 4 starts before 5, so there is overlap. And if I find the overlap, then I need to find out minimum of this and max of this. So 3 and 4 is a 3, and the max is here 8, 3 8. So that's our new interval. So that's the second logic is, if you see the overlap, merge interval and add to the result. So first merge interval, and we need to find out the final one, and then after that we can add to the result. So we got the 3 8 now. Then we are at third row now. We take the 6 7 and this 3 8, and between this again we'll find out if there is a overlap or not. So if you see 6 to 7 and this starts end at 7, but the new interval 3 that is before 7, so there is overlap. So again for this also we need to find out mean of this 3 and max of this 8. So 310 is our new interval. So now we'll go to the another row 810. So we'll check 810 and 38, and again we'll see the overlap because 3 is less than 10, and if it is the case then we'll find the minimum 3 and max 10, so 310. So finally after that there is nothing. So in this condition fails. So we got our final new interval. So this 810 we can add to our result, not 810 but this 310 we can add to the result here, 310. And this condition there is no overlap now, because if you see the 12 is greater than this 6, 16 is also greater than this 6, so this is ascending order. So later at the end we can add this also. So that's the third logic I put here, add rest of the intervals greater than new interval to the result. So let's write this algorithm to the code. So for that I need one output variable. So for that I'm going to create one output variable here. So it's a var output, and this is a 2-dimensional array, so int, because that's what we want to return, and at the end I can return output. So that's I did. I need I is one variable 0 because I need to iterate through this. Need a for loop, so I less than length of this, because it has 1 2 3 4 5 row here, so I need the length of whole this 2-dimensional array, so length of intervals. And if it is the situation, then I can check if any interval is less than this. So how to check? I will go to this row and I will check this one to end of this interval is less than begin of new interval 4. So in order to go here, this is I row, and this j row 1, second column 1 index. So I'll take that. So if I can check the condition, if intervals I and 1, this 1 means this second row is less than beginning, so beginning is 0, so less than new interval 0. If this is the scenario, then come here and add this row itself in an output. So that row is intervals I, and I can add in a output. So output is equal to append output and this intervals here, and otherwise else break out, come out from this loop. So this 1 to condition match, and we successfully added this in an output. Now there is we can do the I++ here, I++ we added, and then we are in second row, and in a second row again we'll check the condition if it is less. So I'll go at 5 and I'll check the 5 is less than this beginning 4. No, it is not less than that. Then come out of that, and then we'll check for this condition. If you see overlap, merge interval and add to the result. So for that again I will write another for loop. So I do not have to initialize the I, because I know the I is here in the second row and we came out from this loop. So I can just directly check I less than length intervals, and then I can check this I can take 3 5 and this 4 8, that is the new interval, and I will check if there is an overlap and gap. So I can write one comment here, intervals less than new interval add to output. That's I can write here. I can add another comment, if overlap update new intervals update new intervals. Yeah, so that's logic I can put here, update new interval. So let's add the conditions for the overlap. So how to check the overlap? I will check if this new interval beginning is less than new interval beginning, this one is less than or equal to intervals end, that's the overlap. If it is less than, that means before, it's coming before. So let me write the code for that. So I will say intervals I, and then if I take, no, I have to start with this one, new interval. This is less than this, so I'll start with new interval. So I can say new interval 0, new interval 0, that means 4. So 0, first index 4 is less than this one. So less than or equal to, less than equal to intervals I, and this row, that is 1, that is second row 1. So if it is less than that, then in that case I need to find out if this is a scenario, we found the overlap. Now we need to update a new interval. So for that I need to find out minimum of this and max of this, and for that I need to helper function. So let me write that helper function, func max if a greater than b, return a, otherwise return b. I'll copy paste and create another one for the minimum, min, and a less than b, return a. Okay, so we are good, we have the function now. So we need to find out, we found the overlap here, so we need to find out minimum of this 3 and 4. So I can say begin value is min of intervals I 0, comma new interval 0. So new interval 0, 3. So I found the minimum. Now I need to find out the max of this. So I will copy this and paste it here and find out this is end and the max. So max of this. So in this row, this is row 3, 5, this is row the second item, so that is 1 index, that is second column, and the new interval also 1. So in this way we found the max, and now we need to update the new interval. So this new interval value we need to update. So let me put new interval is equal to int and begin and end. So in this way we got the new interval, and now do the I++. So we'll go to the 6, 7 again, 6, 7. So we got the 6, 7, and we got the 3, 8, and in this same way we find the overlap, we update. And here also we got the 3, 8, and then the another row we go to the 8, 10, and the 3, 8, and that is the less than that. So again there is overlap and gap, and not a gap, but that's overlap. So when you find the overlap, update this new interval, and finally when we come to this place, that is there is no overlap gap, so we come out from there. So how to come out? So that's for that I need a conditions. We need to write the another condition. So 12 and 16 when we come to this place. So let me add, like I can say if this is, if this is greater than, if this value, the beginning value is greater than new interval, that is 310. Also before that we need to, okay, that's good, we need to come out first here. So this loop, so I need to check this one 12. So for that I can check intervals I, and then 0 greater than new interval end, so that is 1. If it is greater than that, and intervals I 0, the same value is also not. So first one I'll check the 12. Now I need to check with the 16. So for the 16 I need to give the 1 index. It is also greater than new interval 1. So new interval 1 is this 10. So from this 10, so if it is greater than that, then break, come out. So we found so we are at this row and we come out because this is bigger than our new interval 310. So now it is the time to add our new interval 310 to the result. So I will come out of this and I can append output is equal to append output and new interval, that new interval, that is 310. But we found that 310 here, so I added successfully. Now we know our I index is in this row. So in this row onwards, whatever is comes here, we can add that in our output, because already we found the new interval, we updated, we merged that, and then we added to our result. So the remaining things, whatever we found, the remaining things, that means whatever is greater, we can add. And we know this condition is saying that that's the greater than our new interval. So come out and then let's add that in a result. So this time for I do not have to initialize. I know where is the I. So I less than intervals here, and I can simply add this in the output, append output and interval I and I++. So that's all. Let's run this. Undefined intervals in typo. There is a typo here in TER intervals. Accepted, submit. Index range of out 1 5. If there is only one thing, 1 5 intervals, and new interval is 2 3. So 1 5 and new interval is 2 3. So let me put this condition in the beginning. And let's run. I think that will work, but in the submit. Okay, so that's the whole code here. So that's all for now. Thank you.